What's up, guys? So today we're going to watch, as I think this was on June 18th, a Sebastian County deputy is going to pull over a vehicle for crossing the center line just outside of the Hackett city limits, and a police officer with the Hackett Police Department is going to show up as like backup to assist and completely take over from the driver's side. Almost a traffic stop. So that puts they're outside the city limits, so that puts the police officer outside of his jurisdiction, but doesn't put him outside of his ETJ, if they have an ETJ, extended territorial jurisdiction. When my husband was in law enforcement in Surf City, North Carolina, back in the day, there was only two ways on and two ways off of the beach. You had a drawbridge that went into Surf City, and you had a high-rise bridge that went into North Topsail. So, on the beach, up to the South Topsail, North Topsail city limits, on the beach, was his jurisdiction. And then across the drawbridge to a point, whatever it was his extended territorial jurisdiction, and that was known. Now, based on the stop and the totality of the circumstances, would determine if you went that far. Somebody's going 3 miles an hour over speed limit, you're not giving chase, which is typically the reason for the extended territorial jurisdiction. Like, I think one time the bank got robbed, so yes, there are lights and sirens and they're screaming down the road. Minor infractions, you're not going to be extending it because you're not going to, you're not giving chase for that. If you're following a car and you have reason to believe that they're driving and they're impaired, and you're getting down the road with it, then you have an extended territorial jurisdiction to watch and make notes. Also, typically there was a deputy and a trooper fairly close anyway, so even if you're giving chase, you're radioing ahead, and they know this is where you're at, and they'll be there, and they'll be picking up if you're going past your extended territorial jurisdiction, they'll be picking it up, and they'll be taking over from there. So anyway, Hackett police officer, this is going to be Levi Thomas. He's going to be the one that shows up secondary to the deputy pulling the truck over for touching the center line.
Well, a now former Hackett police officer is facing a battery charge related to a June traffic stop. A woman says she was injured after being pulled from the passenger seat.
Also, I'd like to note, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along.
In a story you'll only see on 4029, our Brett Rains shows us the body cam footage that led to the officer being charged.
A Sebastian County deputy made the traffic stop that you're about to see. Now, right now, we're not identifying the driver and passenger. The driver was issued a warning for crossing the center line. His passenger was arrested for having a warrant out of another county for missing court and for not paying fines on time. And as of right now, she has not yet gotten back to us.
Now, I'm wondering how they knew that the passenger had a warrant. Did the deputy know the passenger and know the passenger had a warrant? Because I didn't see any identifiers change hands. No driver's license, no ID card, no anything. So did he just know she had warrants? I didn't see him do any checks for warrants. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you good? Are you good? Okay, well, you went left to center and then you just pulled over. I didn't even...
Went left to center? How far left to center? Did the front tire touch the center line? Did the driver and passenger tires cross the center line? Did all four tires cross the center line? Were they trying to avoid a squirrel and cross the center line? Was there a pothole and they crossed the center line? Also crossing the center line, in my opinion, a pretextual stop. They were looking for something else. Trust and believe, I have been in a car with more than one officer that will see a car go by, go, fall in behind it and wait. While they're waiting, they are willing those tires to touch that center line because they know if you touch that center line, might be drinking, let's stop and see what's going on. No, they'll stop that car because they're pretty sure they're getting drugs out of it. Now, do I have a problem in taking drugs off the streets? No. My point is, touching that center line, some of them, yes, they're going to light you up.
I didn't initiate my watch yet.
The Sebastian County deputy's body cam footage on June 18th shows a traffic stop outside the city limits of Hackett, but that does not stop Hackett police officer Levi Thomas from assisting.
I need your license. Hey. Hey. Hey,
Thomas is on the other side of the truck, talking to the woman who's in the passenger seat.
listen to me. Give me your license. Well, for one, this is my traffic stop. Okay?
But what did I do?
You went left to center, and then you just pulled over. So I don't know if something's up with you or what. So that's the reason why I'm pulling you over. I don't know what he's got going on.
You can see Thomas reaching inside the truck and opening the door
Nope.
to get the woman out. That's when things escalate.
I'm just telling for a
Why
second.
are you arresting her?
I'm not arresting her. They are.
But he didn't stop it. He said this was his traffic stop. He stopped none of it.
She has a warrant.
Where?
I don't even know what he pulled her out for.
When the deputy goes to see what's happening, you can see the woman being arrested by the Hackett officer.
Get in the car.
Can I talk to somebody else? Can I talk
Also, can we get some more donuts?
to you?
Get in the car, and I'll talk to you. Get in the car.
Please hurt me.
I'm gonna keep hurting you if you get in. Get in.
I'm going to keep hurting you until you get in, and still this one did nothing. Also, here's the standards. There are none.
Nothing wrong.
You got a warrant,
For
apparently.
what? Can you please tell me for what?
Get in the car.
Please tell me what? Please tell me for what I have a right.
The deputy and Thomas tell Sebastian County Sheriff's Office supervisor what happened.
He's free to leave if he wants anytime. Okay. Well, first of all, next time on this, let me talk to her because that went way.
Yeah, why didn't you stop it?
Oh yeah, I did. I mean, I didn't even get the chance
And he
to talk
even
to
agreed.
her, and you pulled her out. And like next time, let's just go slower because that was way too much. What do you want to do with it? You've already ended the stop. Hey, listen to me. I'm Deputy Robinson, Sheriff's Office. Okay. Everything that just happened went with a completely wrong foot. Okay.
That's
So what-
not right.
Okay, I understand.
Hurting.
But listen, so you do have a warrant out of Logan County, okay?
Why do you handle me?
So he says you do have a warrant out. So did they know that beforehand? Did the deputy think she had a warrant because maybe he had seen her in court or somehow he knew she had a warrant? Or did he assume and then they checked it? Should know before you manhandle somebody. You shouldn't manhandle somebody to begin with, but you should know before you go hands-on and take them out of a car and put them in handcuffs.
Like that.
Well,
That's not
The
right.
deputy places the woman in his patrol car and then talks to the driver.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what took place there, and my sergeant's taking care of that right now, okay? Because that's not the way we operate in Sebastian County, okay? I don't know how they operate, but we don't operate that way.
understand what happened.
Hackett police officer Levi
There you go. Police officer. Yes, here's the standards. None.
Thomas resigned July 18th, just a few days before he was arrested, accused of third-degree battery. His mugshot only shows half of his face. Thomas's attorney entered a not guilty plea to the misdemeanor charge in district court. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, Thomas was outside his jurisdiction when he forced the woman out of the truck. The affidavit also says that she had red marks and abrasions on her right arm from the incident. And of course, we've also reached out to Thomas, but we've not yet heard back from him. He's due back in Greenwood District Court in October. In Fort Smith, Brett Rains, 4029 News.
So if Thomas were to be convicted on the misdemeanor charge, the maximum penalty up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine. Well, he now
So, let's go look at this right quick. Sebastian County Deputy's traffic stop leads to misdemeanor battery charge against Hackett officer, Fort Smith, Arkansas. A routine traffic stop outside Hackett, Arkansas has led to criminal charges against a former Hackett police officer following a confrontation captured on body camera footage. On June 18, 2025, a Sebastian County Sheriff's deputy pulled over a vehicle for crossing the center line just outside the Hackett city limits. The driver was issued a verbal warning. However, the passenger was taken into custody after it was discovered that she had an active warrant in another county for failure to appear in court on unpaid fines. After it was discovered. No, it looked to me like she was taken into custody and then they discovered it. According to body camera footage obtained through a public records request, because for transparency, they say they're going to put that out there. They don't. You got to do a public records request to get any of it. Hackett police officer Levi Thomas arrived on the scene to assist the deputy. The video shows Thomas reaching into the vehicle, opening the passenger side door, and pulling the woman out of the truck. The situation escalated quickly, as it usually does. The woman can be heard on the video crying out in pain as she is forcibly removed from the vehicle. A subsequent arrest affidavit shows that she sustained visible injuries, including red marks and abrasions on her right arm. The Sebastian County deputy later expressed concerns over Thomas's use of force, reportedly telling colleagues that the tactics used were not consistent with Sebastian County's procedures and standards. The incident triggered an internal review. Thomas resigned from the Hackett Police Department on July 18th, just days before being arrested and formally charged with third-degree battery, a Class A misdemeanor under Arkansas law, which carries a maximum sentence of up to 1 year in jail and a fine of up to $2,500 fine. Court records show that Thomas, through his attorney, has entered a plea of not guilty. He is scheduled to appear in Greenwood District Court in October, and we will keep up with that one. The Hackett Police Department has declined to comment on the incident, citing the ongoing legal process. This case adds to an ongoing national conversation around law enforcement accountability, particularly concerning the use of force during low-level offenses or warrant arrests. Yes, absolutely. How was it discovered that the passenger had a warrant? I didn't see anyone ask for her identification. Neither did I. Did the Hackett officer already know that she had a warrant and decided to arrest her? The sheriff deputy had not gotten the driver's identification when the passenger was being arrested, so the Hackett officer already followed the truck and had the deputy make the stop. So was the Hackett officer already following the truck and had the deputy make the stop? The deputy was only doing a welfare check because the driver had pulled over, so why would he even need backup? Well, I don't know. It seems to be a pattern of unlawful traffic stops, in my opinion. Yes, I know that opinions are like everyone has one. Most of them stink. I am left with a lot more questions than answers. Seems to be a pattern for homelessness and drug usage in the area. Imagine that an officer taking in a criminal. Oh my goodness. Funny you bring up homelessness and drugs, because that wasn't what her warrant was for, and it wasn't even the reason for the interaction. If you really pay attention, there wasn't even a mention of a drug investigation, so I don't know where your comment comes from. Speculation charge, but will he actually have any consequences? Chris Jones, you know he won't ever see any real consequences. It will all be swept under the rug in good old boy fashion. Leftist sinners should be taken off the books as a charge to pull one over. Well, yeah. So that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.